Welcome back to Better Than Bowyer. As always, before we get into the episode, let's check in the prediction league. As you can see, it's a fairly uneventful round with no one scoring more than 1 point. Our cows lost some ground on the top 3, but only by a point. The one standing movement was Mighty Bantam, who moves up 1 place to join 13th. If you want to enter the prediction league for game 30, the link to the entry thread can be found in the description. If you haven't taken part before, a link to the rules can also be found down there. And with that, let's roll the titles. Welcome Game Week 29 in the Sky Bet League 2. Today we're at home to 4th place Cheltenham. Neither side is in good form, with the last 5 games being 1 win, 1 loss, 3 draws for both teams. Before we look at the team news, let's check out what's happened between episodes. First up, there were some midweek league games. On the Tuesday night, we had 2 games. Salford lost at home to Crewe thanks to a 32nd minute goal from Ainley. More important for us was Colchester. They could only get a 2-2 draw with Stevenage. They were behind twice, but it would still feel like a loss in their push for one of the automatic promotion places. Then on the Wednesday, Forest Green travelled to relegation candidates Macclesfield. They got an early goal in the 2nd minute via Dawson and managed to hold out for a 1-0 win to close that gap to us even further. In the words of the great Sir Alex, it really is squeaky bum time for us. In true Bradford City style, are we going to bottle it? Next up is the 4th round FA Cup tie against West Brom. I was caught in 2 minds whether to go full strength or play the reserves. Our form has been poor though, so I didn't want to really risk getting smashed with a bunch of backup players and that damaging morale, so I've made this one change. So the team is McGee in goal, a back four of Mellor, O'Connor, Powdy and Henley, Cook and Reeves midfield, Taylor Middleton on the wings, and up top Novak and Donaldson, who comes in for McCartan, whose form has dipped recently. On the bench we have O'Donnell, French, Ismail, Goldthorpe, Connolly, McCartan and Staunton. We got off to a great start. Henley's throw was nodded on by Novak and then Mellor slammed it home. However, the linesman had his flag up for offside. As the replay shows, he was offside. Do have to wonder if Novak hadn't touched it, was it falling to Mellor anyway? On the 26th minute we had the ball in the net again. Another long throw is time for Mellor. It's nodded on by Novak. Falls Donaldson heads it home. Again though, it's ruled out for offside. The replay shows the linesman got it right. You do have to wonder, did Novak need to touch it again? I think this time maybe he did, but it's very close. In the 33rd minute, Charlie Austin's cross is nodded down by Robinson to Sawyer. First time pass by Sawyer finds Pereira, who finishes expertly. 1 minute into the second half and one other throw in. Mellor put the ball in the box, and once again Novak nodded it on. Donaldson with lightning reactions puts it past the goalkeeper, but for the 3rd time it's ruled out for offside. The replay shows its correct decision, and this time no doubt Novak needed a touch. It's most marginal of the offside calls though. Donaldson needs better awareness. He could have scored that while onside. On the 77th minute we should have equalised. Great cross by Henley and a good run by Ismail, but his header was poor. So poor it was close to landing on the moon in the goal. On the 83rd minute, Ismail did well to rob the West Brom player. His shot was blocked, but it rebounded to Mellor, and Mellor hit a wonderful strike. Took a great save by Bond. In the closing moments we were pushing hard for equaliser, but West Brom's superior quality saw them get a second. Great ball from Tulloch, and a player of Charlie Austin's quality doesn't miss those. So it ended 2-0 to West Brom. Better feel disappointed we didn't win, with 3 goals ruled out and 2 really good chances. We deserve something. The next news is we lost another player through injury. This time it's Anderson, who suffered a gashed upper leg in a challenge in the under-18s match. He will be out between 11 days and 2 weeks. So back to today's match. Team news-wise, we're still missing Richards, Everton and Devitt. Pritchard and Wood are both doubts. For Cheltenham, they have Hussey being a major doubt. So the lineup we're going with is McGee in goal. Back four remains unchanged, so it's Mellor, O'Connor, Powdy and Henley. Cook and Reeves are in the middle. Ismail comes in on the right, while Middleton's on the left, and a front two are McCartan and Novak. On the bench, it's O'Donnell, French, Taylor, Goldthorpe, Connolly, Donaldson and Staunton. So for team talk, I'm going with passionate, and we can lose our lead in the table tonight, so I expect you to deliver a win. That's motivated some of them. Defence, I'm going to go with assertive and have faith. And same as midfield. Attacking, going assertive, and I expect goals. Cook on the ball, plays it to O'Connor, then Demera. Forest Green have just gone 1-0 up, so we need to get a win here. Ismail on the ball, takes on his man, crosses into the box. Middleton! Off the crossbar, so unlucky. De Bayo forces Ismail into an early cross. I don't know if he sees Middleton's run or if it's just put in dangerous area, but it's a great cross and an even better run. If we take a close look at the run, Middleton is out wide and their wing-back Broom has tucked in narrow to double up on Novak. This gives Middleton space to work with. When Ismail gets the ball off Mellor, he starts his run. He's on Broom's blindside, so Broom is unaware of Middleton's movement. Broom only really sees the run moments before the cross, and by that point Middleton is ahead of steam. So when it does come in, Broom is on his heels, Middleton darts in front of him, and Broom, he can never recover. Middleton makes good contact, beats the keeper, but it rattles the crossbar. If we take another look from behind the goal, we can see the quality of the cross. Takes the defenders completely out of play. We should also applaud though Middleton's leap and header though, which are both fantastic. Connor on the ball, plays at the Mellor. Mellor drives down the wing. and keeps going. The Bayo dives in, but Meadows gets past challenge, crosses, and there's Middleton. Middleton scores 1-0, just what we needed, an early goal to calm our nerves. So Meadow has space to attack. The Bayo has to try and make the challenge, but it's an awful attempt. When Meadow evades it, he has all time in the world to find the cross. Middleton still has work to do, but he gets on the end of it and just has to hit target. So Meadow gets the ball and he's positive with it. He forces the Bayo to commit, and when he gets past challenge, he has options. He can put it back to McCartan, or he can whip it into the centre, or he can look back post for Middleton. Takes a couple touches and drills it into the back post. Middleton attacks it and heads it home. From the sideline view, we see the quality of the cross is such that Middleton can't really miss once he makes contact. If we look at Middleton's run, we see that Broom's learned from the previous chance and he's much closer. However, he still isn't tight to him, which gives Middleton the space he needs to attack. Middleton again looks for Broom's blindside, so Broom can't react to anything he does. This time Middleton chooses to go behind Broom rather than in front. Broom expecting to run in front, no, gets turned around, which gives Middleton the yard he needs. The cross takes out the keeper, and Middleton has a simple header home into the empty goal. Corner from Middleton, whipped in. Now that makes it a power header, but Evans with the extra save. How did O'Connor not score the rebound? But it was offside anyway, wouldn't count it. Middleton free kick, curves it into the box, falls to Ismail. Ismail scores! No, but it's offside. The linesman has his flag up. How many more goals we're going to get disallowed this season? Let's see if he was. Not the best angle, but it looks like he was a yard off. Shame, because Middleton served the assist. We've dominated that half. The strict end is a single shot to our 9. We've hit the woodwork once, had one clear-cut chance and 2 half chances. They've dominated possession, but they haven't shown any threat. Pass completion rates are similar. We've won way more of our tackles, and at 69% we've won more headers than them. Meadow's been our best player. Every single cross he's made has found his target. Reeves has been our worst player. He's only completed 7 passes all half. With the team talk, we're going to go with passionate and who played well. Defenders will go with passionate and more to come from you. Midfield, we'll do assertive and more to come from you. And attackers, we're going to go the same. We'll go to assertive and more to come from you. The corner will come from Middleton, whipped in the back post. No, she's blocked. McGee, blocked again. I'm not sure why he's up there, but if it's Scott, I would have forgiven him. Let's make some subs. First up, let's bring on Taylor for Ismail. Ismail has been awful, but hopefully taken off something different, especially if we play him as a wide target man. Next up is Reeves. Hasn't really taken control, so let's bring on Goldthorpe, give him a chance to play as a ball-winning midfielder. Finally, let's go with Donaldson. He looked sharp in the FA Cup tie, even if he couldn't stay on side. So let's bring him on for Novak. Free kick just outside the box, into the back post of McCartan, 2-0. That should put the game to bed. Middleton's delivery today has been absolutely fantastic. It's a perfect free kick for Middleton. Initially, McCartan is well marked, but he makes a clever move onto the defender's blind side, and it gives him that yard he needs. And it's a great leap. Placement could have been a little bit better, but there's enough power in the keeper can't stop it. Some of the Cheltenham players were asking for offside. So take another look. Nope, it was close, but for once our players stayed on the right side. Another free kick for Middleton, but it goes out for a goal kick. Looks like a poor ball for Middleton, but it's more of a poorly timed run by McCartan. Not even trying to take it. Whistle goes for full time. So for team talk, I'm going to go with a simple, calm, and a good win, boys. And everyone is happy. So we carried on dominating. There's 16 shots there, 3, 10 on target there, 2. They still had more possession than us, but we used it much better. 80% of our passes were completed. 94% of our tackles were won. 67% of our headers were won. Unsurprisingly, Middleton was our best player on a 9.0, while Reeves was our worst on 6.3. Individually, most of our players did well. Cook had a quiet game though, having only got 6.7 rating. Our individual mistakes do need to improve as well. It's just too sloppy, and only 4 chances created by players, although that may be due to the quality of the opponent. I'm pleased with the number of key chances made, especially for Middleton and 2 fullbacks. So let's look at the other scores. Cambridge beat Salford 2-1. 2 first half goals for Smith for Cambridge, before O'Connor got one back in the second half, but it wasn't enough. Cambridge remain in 7th and Salford in 22nd. Colchester beat Swindon 2-0. That moves Colchester up 2 places to 4th. Swindon remain 1 place outside the playoffs in 8th, but lose some ground. Leyton Orient went to Crewe and got a 2-0 win. Despite losing, Crewe are 1 place higher than last time we checked in, thanks to the result they got while we were playing in the FA Cup. Forest Green beat Carlisle 3-1. They got a goal via Freer in the 8th minute, before 2 own goals before half-time put them well in the lead. Alessandra got a consolation goal for Carlisle, but it wasn't enough. This puts Forest Green 2 points behind us, but we do have a game in hand. Carlisle for 1 place to 24th and bottom. Stevenage went to Grimsby and won 3-0. Grimsby are down 2 places while Stevenage are up 1. Newport beat Macclesfield 1-0. Newport move up 2 places to 14th while Macclesfield remain in 20th. Northampton beat Scunthorpe 2-0. That continues Scunthorpe's tumble down table. They're now down 2 more places to 15th. Oldham and Mansfield drew 0-0, while Plymouth beat Crawley 2-0. Plymouth move up to 3rd, while Crawley dropped 1 place to 6th. Port Vale and Exeter shared a 1-1 draw. That point moves Exeter off the bottom, and Walsall beat Morecambe 3-0. So our next match is away at Oldham. Oldham currently 13th, so it should be a reasonably easy win. Hopefully we'll have a few more players fit, but the way things have been going, we'll probably have more injuries. The match will take place on Monday the 10th of August at 7 p.m. BST. For those of you taking part in the Prediction League, please note that this is an hour earlier than normal. We have given you an extra day to get the entries in, however. The link to the entry thread could be found in the description, as can a link to the rules if this is the first time you're going to take part. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please drop us a like. It's much appreciated. Also, 95% of you watching these videos are not subscribed. Subscribing not only helps us out, but it ensures that you get alerted as soon as the next episode releases. So why not do it? Anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.